Hey guys, welcome to Module 4 of New Paradigm Abundance. Okay, here's where stuff starts coming in. So, if you have done the previous work, this builds on it some. Last module, you were asked to think about what you see in other people that's abundance that you would like to experience, and also what other people see in you that's abundance that you would like to experience. This time, we're going to ratchet it up a little bit, and your assignment is to write about how you feel that you are abundant. This might be hard, especially if you're in a bad mood. You might feel like, oh, there's nothing. I'm not abundant in anything. But I guarantee you there are things. For instance, something I'm abundant in, especially if this is something that you once didn't have, that you once wished for, now you have. It's so easy in our human world to just go, okay, got it next. Okay, got it next. Okay, got it next. And never sit and really celebrate what it is that we currently have. So for me, crystals. Until I was an adult, I didn't even know that crystals were a thing. I was always fascinated with quartz when I would see it, but I had no idea about the energetic properties of crystals. I didn't know they were a thing. I think now about how lovely my life would have been if I would have understood how to work with crystals as a child and adolescent. And then when I first learned about them, they were all precious. And now I have crystals everywhere. I've got them all over the place. I wear them all over my body. They're all over my space. I am abundant in crystals. I'm abundant in companionship with my cat. I definitely wished for a cat, a black cat, before I had Lily. And now she's in my life and has been for 6 years. And so it feels very abundant. I'm abundant in words usually. Wordsmithing is something that comes easily to me. So you're seeing these types of abundance that are simple, but if you can start to see them and appreciate them, it creates a spin. Now, also to add to this, we're talking new abundance. So it is likely that if you've been focusing on your abundance the way that class has been asking you to, or assigning you to, whatever you want to call it, you'll have some new abundance starting to come in. I just had some gift certificates sent to me for some vegan cheese options from an online friend. That's abundance. I just had something else to sample sent to me from someone else who I follow their online stuff. That's abundance. Now, on a normal day, especially if you're having a bad day, you might not notice that kind of thing. You might be like, yeah, well, I wish it were money or whatever, depending on what you're going through. But when it starts to trickle in, when these things start to trickle in, especially unexpected things, both those things I just mentioned were things that I didn't go out and look for. Someone asked me if I wanted to do it. As a result of the work I've been doing all these years, making myself more visible in this way. So it benefits a win-win. It benefits the people who send it to me. It obviously benefits me because I get to try cool stuff. So rather than saying, oh, well, I wish it were a bigger thing. When you get these little trickles of abundance, or maybe it's a little opportunity that you didn't have before, or maybe it's a social call that you didn't have before, or maybe it's an opportunity to go out into nature, or go do something cool. Watch and watch and watch during the cycle for the little pieces of abundance, especially unexpected abundance that come into your life. And when they do, focus on them, even if it's just for a moment, and feel that inflow of, thank you. Yes, universe. Yes. Thank you for this. More of this, please. You don't have to say universe. You can say whatever you believe in as being the overarching consciousness that runs behind all things, that is all things. Or if you have any particular saints or gods or goddesses or spirits that you like to talk to. Or if you just believe in the unified field or something like that, it's fine. The point is to notice when it comes to you, say thank you, and say yes, more please. If you do this and you focus on the energy moving through you when you say, yes, thank you, more please, you'll feel your receiving lines of abundance start to open and flesh out. Now, it will likely take a few days for this to come in, but this is the momentum starting. It'll take a few days for that energy to become physical. But if you focus on it and you go, yes, yes, more please, this is what I want, please bring me more, you'll feel that overarching consciousness which wants you to be abundant. Look around at nature. When a tree flowers, it doesn't just have one flower. It has a ton of flowers, and they drop on the ground, and there's a carpet of flowers, and nature is lavish. The abundance that we're trying to move into here is lavish. It's not miserly. It's overflowing and always sending more. So when that trickle starts, thank it, say yes, open up to more and more and more, and more and more and more will come in. So to recap, how are you abundant? In ways that you've always been abundant, and in ways that you've wanted and now have. It's so easy to let that go and to ignore it once we have it. Don't. Keep it strong. Keep it in your heart and see. See how it feels to you. Enjoy this. And another tip, this might be something we fall into more as we go forward. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put this. This is something new I'm adding into this course this time, but it's definitely true that a lot of us have these treasures and these things that we've accumulated that we don't have time to use. I mean, for instance, I have a tuning fork over there wrapped up that I love to use, but I just forget to use it every day. And it's a wonderful, energetic assistance to whatever it is that I'm doing. All the cool treasures that you have that you've accumulated, start to take them out and use them. Maybe just one or two during the cycle. It doesn't have to be everything you have, but start to focus on what you have already. And as you do that, the vortex will spin faster, the momentum will go more, the trickle will turn into a pour, which will turn into a waterfall. And it will be because of what you're focusing on. Some things come to us just because that's the way the cookie crumbles and that's what's in our Akashic records to happen this lifetime. And some of it we can control. This class is about increasing your abundance in new paradigm ways that matter to you so that you can hold a space of an abundant life. So the world can revolve around more abundant people. And then we can live in a world that's better and more people are provided for better. So the ways that you are provided for. Someone sent me a message today and asked me if I could spot abundance blocks in others and told me that she has problems sometimes affording food and water to drink. And I told her that, well, without doing a full session, I can't exactly say, but it sounds to me like she was having a problem with the baseline of being nourished by the world. So every time she did eat food and water, eat food and drink water, for her to say, yes, thank you, I allow this to nourish me, I allow this to nourish me a lot. That's another tip you guys can have. When you eat or drink, especially if you're chugging water, I love affirming as I'm drinking water, I receive life, I receive, I receive, I receive life. Try it out. Start to create that momentum of pulling in what it is yours to receive and see how it goes. Send you guys so much love, and I'll see you again in a few days for Module 5.